this was a weekend, man. We started off this weekend with episode 2 that got released to you guys, which was the San Diego Zoo, and then from there we went the next morning to Rancho Santa Fe, and then found out we still had gas in the tank, and figured out we hit up South OC Cars and Coffee, which was amazing, and got a moment to talk to. I forget your name, but we're definitely going to talk next time. Maybe I can get an interview with you on the channel for everybody. But the gentleman that puts together South OC Cars and Coffee, literally tremendous job. And he comes across to some people as a little rash, but that's just because this guy, like, he has just millions and millions of dollars worth of cars that come through against the largest Cars and Coffee on a weekly basis in the nation. And I mean, there's Pagani Huayras, Bugattis, Koenigsegg's, you know, all these other cars, but you have timeless classics that show up there as well. And it's so busy, and there's so many people. Like, can you imagine that pressure being put on you? I mean, I cannot, when it comes to that kind of thing. So I witnessed an altercation that it's not so much that he had, it's that somebody had. Now I get, there's so many different car meets out there, so many different Cars and Coffees, pick your flavor. But this guy had like a Mud Blaster truck style RC truck, and it was whipping it through. Now, even on the basis of it just being, look, the car's there, you could be the best RC driver there is, but if you have an accident, like, you know, who's liable, and can we avoid it by not doing that? So this guy, you know, he got all up in his face because I guess he went hands-on his RC thing. And okay, like, we live in a world that don't touch my stuff, or just in a period, don't touch my stuff, so I get that. But he was right. I heard him saying, like, you know, this is private property, you know, and if you're gonna keep doing that, you're not welcome back here. And I just think a lot of people just aren't being used to being told no. And so I'm proud of the guy for that. I don't know if I got video of it. I was vlogging to you guys when I was coming out of South OC, but I had a moment, and if you know me, I say, like, you know, give credit where credit is due, and I always try to give compliments to the person themselves. And if you give me a compliment or share a compliment to me of somebody that you know, and I usually say the same thing, like, hey, that'll mean more coming from you, but just know, if you tell me a compliment that is meant for somebody that works for me or somebody that I know, like, I'll share that. I'll text that person. I'll let them know, like, hey, so-and-so said you did an amazing job, or, you know, hey, they're really proud of where you come from and where you're going and what you're doing. And so I'll let people know that, because kindness, you know, it's more important to be kind, in my opinion. And so that's a huge part of my mantra or motto or personality or whatever you want to say. But anyway, so I had a moment where, when I was rolling out, and it started with him. He was just, he told me to have, you know, have a blessed week, I think is what he said. And that's when I let him know. I was like, hey, like, you put on an amazing event, is what I told him, and a credit to your entire team, because yes, I mean, we got to the show at like 9:30, so it was like an hour into it, and I've been to this before with Skinny's World and Toxic Garages and stuff in the past, a couple years ago during COVID, and there are just scores of people that come together, put this together, and he runs all of it, and he still somehow is able to run this event and still enjoy it, still walk around, and I think that's fascinating. So I was able to share those kinds of words with him. He said he really appreciated it, and that's what it's about. And so I will definitely, I don't know, like, I used to not go to South OC, excuse me, Cars and Coffee that often, and it was for a couple of reasons. One, it was kind of like, if I choose to go to South OC, it's nothing really against the show, it's just, or the event, it's just that it's like 38 miles from San Diego where I live, and the cruise there is amazing. And I enjoy the cruise back, but just like yesterday, which maybe I have a sunburn on my face today because I had the top down driving Ortega, but when you get on the 15, I mean, it's like another maybe hour and a half, 2 hours if you're lucky. So if I decide to go to South OC, the decision is, yeah, I'm gonna let this guy go ahead. The decision to go to South OC is like, okay, this is my Saturday, and that's kind of my first thing on it. Now I will say I'll admit something here. My first time ever going to South OC, I was with Chris Skinny and Alex from Toxic Garages, and they were in, Supercar Row or whatever, and we all kind of cruising together. So I was trying to park with them. And so I backed into a spot. Now, whether I saw the cone in the spot or not, irregardless of the fact that I also drove over the cone. I mean, it was like a little cone. So imagine a little cone, but then I drive over it. So when I backed into a space, and so there was like a VW air-cooled section. And so my first moment with the gentleman that runs South OC Cars and Coffee wasn't that great. But you know what? Not that it was an altercation, but just the conversation that we had, or just the, hey, move your car, I appreciate that, because again, this guy is running all this stuff like, not on his own or by himself, but he's running the whole thing, and so he gets car clubs, multiple of them that show up to this event, and I was backed into somebody's spot, so I didn't move, but from there, just straight compassion for this guy. And so I think we're going to go there a lot more in the future, because one, there's so much more I can show to you guys, to the viewers, because the amount of cars that are there, I don't know, like 400 plus cars. And here's the crazy thing on top of that as well, is we normally only see the cars on the top floor. It's a garage. Like, there's other people that are just car people as well that are trying to, just get seen or get footage of and walk around. But there's, again, a lot of these people have amazing cars they bring there to this meet, and they're on the underground level. And so I'm just saying, we could be there for hours. Oh, and then on top of that, like, the cars, they keep rotating through. So some people will go and stay like 20 minutes, or like at most like an hour sometimes, and then somebody else will come and take that person's spot. So yeah, but that's my little tribute video to South OC, and really to the staff that puts it all together. From me, Boots, Boots Production, like, all right, go ahead, guy. I just want to give you guys a sincere thank you from the bottom of my heart for what you guys do. And hey, if you're watching this and you go there, please respect one of the rules that I witnessed by experience, which is, don't fly your drone there, whether you can or not. It goes back to the respect of the owner. Think of the cars. Brad's meet, during COVID, like, some kid flew a drone and it fell onto, I think it was like a high-end Audi or something. And so just be respectful when you go to these meets, and please, like, we don't want to lose the good things we have. The car community is very, it's fragile. If you guys know, it's a fragile community. Like, we're everywhere, everybody's got a car and stuff, and I think a lot of people like seeing nice cars or project cars, but you gotta respect the location, respect the venue that you're at. So that concludes my my rant on South OC. So thank you guys again, Boots Production. Like, very much looking forward to bringing that more times to South OC. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. I really hope you guys enjoy the channel, and please, I something I say at work a lot is I care about the results. So with that is, like, I don't take things too personally a lot, and because it's the results that matter. So with that, if you guys you know, I will tell you, my style is eclectic, it's diverse. So like no video is gonna be the same. I don't just do cars, I don't just do, you know, landscape photography. Like I hit it all. And here on the Booch Production channel, you guys are gonna see, you know, more of this, more of what I get to do. So if I can not change, but if I can take some skills from you guys, that only helps the channel. That also helps only my editing process. So YouTube is kind of the new venue that we're getting into. So yeah, have a great day.